there as an option anymore. We toyed with the idea of a Huskar, but I'm very anxious to see how he's going to be making this Bat Rider work. If it falls out and doesn't seem to work, it could lead to a bit of shortcomings there. So with that underway, we are going to be into game number 2. Virtus.Pro are going to be opting for the Radiant this side, and I'm sure Silent's going to be, maybe feeling better at ease. Last game, he was tackling the Core Vengeful Spirit, something that I'm sure he personally doesn't have a lot of experience with, but this is a hero that he is just known for, tried and true, and yesterday even had a solid gyrocopter performance, so he's going to be in a bit of his comfort zone here, and we'll have to see. One more win from them, and they close out this best of 3.
And given the movements that are happening right now, of course, VP is just then breaking the trees at the middle line here. The Radiant Crew Camp 1 and 2. I think both teams are going to scout each other respectively as pings are coming out. It looks like Alliance want to take advantage of their early game supports and aggressive trialing to an extent. And VP is sort of recognizing that even though they can fight it up with the Undying, I guess they don't want to opt for it because they want to have the tiny mid. Will make a 2-2-1 lane setup, so it looks like they want to just avoid Alliance's trialing for the time being.
And Alliance are shifting a lot back towards the top lane. Like, they want to fight so bad that they'll even come up to this top room now and see if they can square up. But I don't know. Virtus.Pro have a very solid level 1 fight in themselves. You're talking early Rocket Barrage. Wiz Tiny moving in on your butt. Here we go, Loda. Get the hell out of there. Looks like he'll be able to run away. He'll eat a few smacks on the way out, but it will be both runes going for Virtus.Pro.
Oh, and Phobos, I think he's about to die.
Oh, will he pay his life for it? Yeah, he will. He will. 4 stacks there at the end, and Admiral Bulldog lands the last right click, and the mighty Phobos will go down. Was it worth or not to get the bounty hunter, the bounty rune? Well, he'll be able to return back to the bottom lane here. So an aggro lane setup here for Virtus.Pro.
And you know what? Bulldog, he didn't even skill his Devour. Actually,
what the hell?
He didn't skill Scorched Earth earlier, so now he has Devour as well. Nice. Oh, well, he'll go. And he's got a sweet little War Stomp creep now. He'll take them back to lane. Couldn't help but react. G was trying to go for a nice toss-back play, ended up tossing back the Wisp. And, well, was just trying to get a setup here onto Ake, but now is going to be juggling with this Bat Rider Bane lane. Not too happy about it, but he has prepared a bit, Clairvoyance. He has the early wand already with 5 charges on it, so it's nice to see. He, puts the respect to Bat Rider, knowing that he has the opportunity to build up a good fail-safe option just in case he needs to burst and bring out some damage or at least save his own life. In the meantime, we see the dual lane versus dual lane at top here between the Undying, Gyrocopter, as well as the Juggernaut and the Dazzle. I think the Gyrocopter is doing pretty decently right now. 2-2-4 CS and has 2 creeps coming in as well still. It looks like they're pulling the side as well, and it might be a little bit for naught kind of
They
thing.
got this time though, mid lane. They toss Ake all the way back. That's what he was shooting for. And this time they have the body blocks, but the sleep is going to be there from Ake. He puts Lil down, and with that he's going to be able to make his way out. But those are those things you got to worry about.
Yeah.
I just happened to just quickly glance there, and he just threw that one back like a football.
It's gonna be a hard lane to really find kills on either sides, really. Bat Rider Bane versus Wisp Tiny, and Tiny has 10 magic stick charges now from all the napalm sticky casts. And he's gonna steal the top rune here, really nicely done by him. Are they gonna try to run down the bat? Guess not. Nice rune by Lil though.
It still leaves the DD at the bottom. No one has acknowledged it yet, but it looks like Bulldog is waiting to run that way after this next creep. But he may also be too late for it. Lil is already en route, so he'll be able to pick up that one here on his Wisp. And this comes after being able to fuel up G quite a bit. How the stack's coming along. He's got 2 stacks there, 2 stacks there. And everything's in order. Top lane though is when Chaos is breaking out. Rocket Barrage in through Silent. Lots of weak damage. They're able to take down the Undying. And it looks like Alliance will be able to walk away with just their head held high at that point. So quick pick for them puts them up 2-0. Mid lane, toss into S4, but just a little bit of harassment.
I think G might have consumed magic stick a little bit earlier, and he's already gotten so many napalm charges used to for that. Since then, I mean, that it really would have been worth it. But regardless, still 10 stick charges to sit on, and S4 will always see that and recognize that he can't really make an aggressive play that can commit to an executing blow anyway. I guess all the action really is happening at top, so
bottom lane is where we'll see a little bit. Moving in, Phobos gets the stun, FNG shows himself, but of course this is Doom after all. He's now level 4, he's got Scorched Earth leveled up, and it's going to be really hard to to beat through this guy at this point. The extra move speed, of course, mighty regen. Mid lane, Alliance, S4, tossed back near the tower. Beautifully done, and oh! He's going to be able to heal on up. Tower's doing serious work. They're on chase, though. Can they get him? Man on the run here. Looks like he's going to find a little safety zone. He does not have a TP, though, so he will deny himself after buying out.
Pretty nicely done by him, actually. See his build now, too. It's the 2-1-1 build. Ever since the nerfs on the Batrider, everybody's been doing builds. No longer people do max the Firefly, especially if you're not laning really well. You want to get the sneaky napalm and get the best value out of it. And then eventually, when they have stacks, they'll still be able to farm it up with the napalm Firefly. So, still got set up for a good mid game coming in here. So it's still very early, but taking some harassment now.
Yeah, he's just like, oh, I'm happy to deplete my mana a bit. Lil's got the bottle. He'll share that love with me, I'm sure, and nothing will be lost. Wonderful stuff. The computer would advance on in. He's 18-5. High CS right now, though, is the Centaur. Having that lane to himself, certainly paying off. 21-6. He already has Tranquils. 400 gold. He's on a good pace here to pick up a nicely timed Blink Dagger if he continues to kind of, you know, get this lane to work with. I mean, he's against the Doom, but he's been outclassing Bulldog just a little bit. Whoa, what's happening mid lane? Another move onto S4 behind the tower, forces out a rotation here from Kebab, and with that, it'll be enough to kind of scare them away. Virtus.Pro just not afraid to assert their dominance here, especially in the mid lane.
Oh, looks like they want to reinitiate. I think S4 is possibly not expecting this.
Leads in, avalanche toss combo. They even get a little bit of the crush. And now they're going to commit the tombstone. S4 is definitely done for. Kebab knows he can't help him with no mana and will turn away. Finally pays off there for Virtus.Pro. They finally get themselves on the board, taking down S4.
He did have a mid lane ward planted, so it's definitely like a lack of paying attention to kind of thing, because he thought the engagement was done. He thought that VP were just going to return to the safety of the map and farm. Stampede come out.
Now it's where the hell, why is it? And maybe bottom lane to disengage from Bulldog, I suppose.
Yeah, I think what happened was they were chasing him down when he had no mana, but he used his mango and then he scorched earth, and then they scorched earth. Looks like we can't kill him anymore.
Yeah. Ran back out. Looks like Alliance are going to be back on a little bit of stacking duty here.
Oh, they're going to toss the Centaur.
Oh, the poor man's Blink Dagger.
Yeah,
I love
exactly.
it. I love it. Centaur bombs here.
That's been scouted out though. There is a ward again, but unfortunately for them, not only does the ward scout them out, but as just gonna farm up the woods.
They know though. They're moving in. They know something's up. Lil's gonna peek his little faceless ball head in, sees nothing. S4 has to step back and away here. Oh, is this gonna be a stack stealing operation?
S4, this is so cocky.
Oh, he's thinking about dancing. Oh, there's the toss. He gets bumped back, so the stun's not going to be following up here, and it's actually Alliance who have an advantage in numbers, but here comes the cavalry of Virtus.Pro, and the tombstone's going to be committed here. Loda looking to kind of spin up and get the damage here onto the Wisp, but has to turn back. G commits on him with the stun toss combo. Is it going to be enough? No! Oh no! Omni Slash flies out, barely holding alive thanks to Lil here, and they turn their attention onto Loda. They chop him off. And after the blood is all drawn, only one man goes down, and that man is Loda.
Wow.
And it's a high commitment from both teams. 4-4.
Definitely didn't expect that outcome, even from the very start. S4 with a really, really brilliant flame break, recognizing the timing of that landing on the toss and just the flow of the Centaur spellcast on the hoop stomp. They're going to go for it again.
Boom! On mid lane. There's the stun, there's the chop, and they're even, look at that. The getaway car. Oh, gets slept up here. Aki's not gonna do anything. He's just like, oh, go to sleep. I hate that you just did that.
Yeah.
But they did it. And Virtus.Pro now on the assault.
The lane planted for a very long time throughout this entire night. I'm not really sure if this should be happening the way it is. Bulldog gets that kill. Doom.
Yep. We catch the action bottom lane. Simple Doom chase in. Rotation from FNG. Thinks he can help out, but now he realizes he's in a bad one-on-one, and he goes down. Bulldog gets a double kill on his Doom, and he walks away alive and well. But look at this. Grand Theft stacks happening on the other side of the world. It looks like Lil is trying to steal them out with Buddy G. We'll need to use G to tether away. Aki catches him sleeping. And now that means that Kebab can step in with a poison touch, and, well, Lil will be going down. Did they manage to take much of the stacks here? I don't know. S4 looks like he came in and tried to clean it up a bit, but S4 is not the prime, beneficiary, if you will, of these stacks. He's still only sporting 400 gold after being taken down. He's poor. It's going to be a while before he gets his Blink Dagger. 0-3.
Yeah, he actually looked a lot more poor before the Tranquil Boots complete form on the courier, but yeah, he's definitely not as farmed as you would expect him to be. Of course, he is 0-3. It's just what happens when you play that beta rule kind of thing, just like what he did earlier at top and wasn't farming in the meantime. Got out at mid, of course. Again, with that ward, I'm not too sure if those poor man's blink interactions should be happening so frequently, but yeah, it has been happening. BP's making them work.
And all the meanwhile, the one man who doesn't seem to be getting too involved and getting his hands too dirty is silent on this gyrocopter. Seems to kind of farm up and, yes. And now this is the reason why he's got this offshore account that's been built up for him thanks to his wonderful support team. And next thing you know, he's got his what looks like Aquila here complete. And then it's on him if he wants to, build up early Helm of the Dominator, S and Y. He's going to be... He does things a bit different. Usually for a lot of the core gyrocopters, by the time they're at this point, level 7, level 8, which, hey, he could still do now, you buy your TP or get a smoke and you start heading to the other side of the map and you initiate with that first grand call down and get yourself a kill. Silent seems more farm-based this game.
Yeah, I think that's a product of the fact that he started in the offlane. So he actually did what you would do normally now, playing aggressive. And then he had to transition to the safe lane to play catch-up now, and he's catching up quite well, I would say. Loda's still quite ahead of him, despite the fact that he died earlier in the engagement on his side of the woods, but he's been playing primarily on his side of not missing out much as Silent would have been in the offlane.
And S4 back to the jungle. Got to get that Blink Dagger. Starts farming his way through a couple of creeps. Okay, will be there to babysit him a bit, but it's a free lane, mid lane here for Phobos to work with for now. Another gentleman who's just trying to blitz on forward and get a hold of that precious Blink Dagger here. He's got about 1,300 to his name. And soon enough, Loda will be able to break through this top lane and get to this tier 1 tower. He's sitting on his phase boots already, but looks like he's going to have the drum build. So it's the early foundation build up here for your Jug. But Jug as a hero, as we know, takes a little bit of time to come online here. I would even say his level 1 Omni Slash is just nothing to really be proud of. So definitely want to get to that mid game when he can really strut his stuff.
Yeah, and with that in mind, I really feel like drums it's not the item here. He definitely wants to transition into the mid game, but I'm not sure if he wants to do it like this. I think he needs to solve this game. The Bat Rider and the Doombringer are the ones that are going to play utility slash like initiation and fights. And I guess you can have a tricore with the Doom in a sense that Bat Rider does scale and so does Juggernaut despite the items, but Juggernaut will fall off without the right items choices.
And Doom has the drums already.
Yeah, actually now that you right,
they have 2 sets of drums coming together. What is going on?
This is a blunder actually. I mean, 2 drums is not the worst thing in the world. It's much better than like 2 mech, for example, and people have gone double mechs on teams, but it's just like, it's a Juggernaut. You want to be able to scale, and right now he actually has no points in Blade Dance either, Falling Blade, so he's not looking to farm too much either. Yeah, I don't know. They're gonna have to start pushing towers really hard, because this gyrocopter Tiny, their farm is not really slowing down. It's only gonna accelerate from here on out.
Well, next thing you know, he's gonna get like an Aghanim Scepter, and I'm really gonna question what the hell's happening. This is very interesting here for Alliance. We'll have to see what the outcome's gonna be. But Virtus.Pro content on farming up still. Silent works his way through the woods here. Tiny has Wisp in hand. G has his Blink Dagger now. And Centaur is very close to hit. We're going to have Blink Wars here very soon. I mean, at about the same time, let's see, S4 Bat Rider, you'll see the G Tiny, and of course the Phobos Centaur all have their Blinks, and both teams might want to put those to use first. So they can go from silent to very hectic real fast here.
Just ported himself at mid. I actually thought that they could kill this 910 not with the combo and Wisp tethering in with. Finish him off with right clicks too. Decided to spin, because if he decided to use Omni Slash, he wasn't going to kill the Wisp and the Tiny, and it would have been like a waste of an Omni Slash. But decided to think otherwise, even though they had a ward that scouted out pretty much the entirety of Alliance. Playing safe is fine too. Again, they're the ones that are farming around the map, and Alliance are the ones that must feel the pressure to do something, despite the fact that they're farmed for the time.
Well, let's do something. Time is now.
Radiant's
The
middle
blink
tower
is
is
here
under
for
attack.
S4, and they're going to smoke up, and they're going to go on the move here. All right, run through the jungle now. Let's see who they can get a hold of here. They're hoping to get a gyrocopter who has been missing off the map for quite a while here. Will S4 find the target and hog tie them up?
Clutch awareness.
Oh, if Phobos doesn't get caught, he'll be able to save everyone with the Stampede. There's the Stampede. Are they going to use it to engage or not? Looks like it's just to get away. FNG is going to be the one target grab. Oh, a relocate in from G and Lil, but they're not in a good part of the fight. They're actually pulling back and away. Lil's going to make a move. He turns back. He throws his partner in. Lil might be in trouble. Now they're going to relocate back and out. And Alliance are only going to be getting the one pick off here. So I guess a somewhat successful debut for the Batrider Blink. Not the best target they'd hoped for, but it's something. And, well, quickly, Virtus.Pro don't want to have to force everyone to the bottom lane. They'll continue to farm elsewhere.
Now the thing with Aki,
Dire's
he
middle
might
tower
just die
is
here.
under
I
attack.
think he's gonna sleep up. No, Fiend's good.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Lil's like, stop it!
Radiant's
Phobos
bottom
is here, though, and he's like, I got a Blink Dagger. Jumps in, stomps him down.
Dire's
Bulldog
top
makes his
tower
presence
is under
known.
attack.
Still holding the Doom here. Might turn it on
Whoa,
to
whoa,
G.
whoa.
Will do so. Lil, is he gonna... No, he can't relocate. He's just gonna try to keep him healthy and well. It looks like he will be able to. What a nice catch from Phobos. Blinking in with a big boy stun there. Bulldog gonna be kept alive from Kebab with the grave. Kebab will lose his own life. Bulldog is still on the run. They toss in Phobos. Phobos is not going to be able to get the catch here. That slow turn rate. All the meanwhile, it looks like Loda now shows up into the fight, gets the spin onto Lil, and will take him out. But they're still on the move, man. G trying to get close.
Dire's top tower
Has to turn his avalanche onto Loda instead, and they are on the chase. And with some stacks and this flame break, they will have a beautiful Omni Slash setup, and Loda will get himself a double kill.
That stun though. By
That
DK
stun, though.
Phobos, that was
Ridiculous.
crazy. 3-man stun right at the
Radiant's bottom
peninsula there.
tower is under attack.
And it looked like it was going to be Virtus.Pro, easy fight for them. They got the early start, and they're looking for more even now. A jump on the Loda, who just quickly turns in, but look who's back in action. Lil relocates from the fountain here alone, and they're not going to be able to get the follow-up, it looks like, onto Loda at this time. But Alliance were able to find their way back into the fight. Loda, you know, better late than never to get in, and has a fabulously late
Dire's
entrance,
top
being able to
tower
get himself
is
a
under
double
attack.
kill. And he's going very farm-intensive here, Claire. He's got the
Yeah.
perseverance. He's going for a Battle Fury.
This is definitely the right call. I feel like if he wanted the drums really, he really should have just gone for like a bracer just to buff up his life points a little bit, and then gone for it. Because the aura and the charges, it's gonna come from the Doom, and most of the time they're gonna be fighting together. And if they're not, he's gonna be using Omni Slash most of the time, which drums will have like no impact on whatsoever. So I mean, you can argue that maybe during the Omni Slash you can attack once or twice faster because you pop the drums or something, but it's just like impractical in terms of spending 2k gold for it. So
Yeah.
yeah, going for the Battle Fury here on out and then going for a Blink Dagger, probably the best choice.
I mean, at least the drums will give him that little bit of extra life, puts him over the 1k a bit. When you're going against heavy, bursty lineups, like Call Down, Gyrocopter, and of course your Tiny combo, you just need a little bit of extra meat on the bones to stay alive. Maybe the drum will just offer its duty in that sense. And, you know, we have yet to see really Silent get involved in these fights. He's been spending a lot of that meat time here. Surprised to see he's still 4th in net worth, considering he hasn't really been super involved in the fights too much. But at least for now, he's got a Yasha on standby, and it looks like he's going to be building into a Helm of the Dominator here soon.
It's definitely a product of not winning fights either. Never mind the fact that he didn't participate, but also when the fights do break out, if he doesn't get the kills while he's participating, that much time he's missing out on farm. And
Easy
G gets a
jump
really
and
quick
run.
snipe there.
Yeah, that was just jump in, jump out. That was a mugging we just witnessed firsthand, but they might get their own kidnapping here. They get a pullback on the G, and see you later. Lil's going to get the classic Wisp save, but are they going to use it to re-engage? Oh, it was
It's
just a
4v5.
4-foot reload. Oh, he didn't take him back to base. No, it was just like, yeah, 5 feet out. And, yeah, Alliance don't want any of it here, so they will not get to avenge poor little Ake from that mugging, and Virtus.Pro will disperse and go back to farm.
Wise choice by Alliance to back up. It was 4v5 and Lasso was down. Scorched Earth was also going down, which means VP decided to commit with a Stampede. They would have probably ran over all of them despite Omni Slash and Grave and whatnot. looks like just to follow up now, he's going to be pressuring the mid tower. I don't think they'll actually get it. They're able to pressure 2 lanes in the meanwhile.
It's like they're trying to bait out some fight. They got help nearby in the woods, and they're just trying to tantalize Alliance a bit with Silent out in front. But they're not biting.
Dire's top tower
Uh-oh,
is under attack.
S4. It's time for the S4 rune.
And he's thinking about making a move that way. He might even sweep it from behind here. And they're prepping him up a bit. There goes the Dazzle Weave. Our Alliance going to interject. Aloda is now got his level 2 Omni Slash. That will do a lot of work. And it looks like the opportunity won't be there. Virtus.Pro don't want to stay around much longer. And we'll step back and away.
Lasso is up now, and I think given their movement, looks like they want. Yeah, they did smoke. So with the back of this haste rune, they're gonna be going for this woods engagement here, and they have a nice ward plan in scouting out both the wisp as well as the time.
S4 already takes to the skies here, and he just starts bolting that way with the haste rune. There it is. It was a long flight, but he's able to get the catch. Oh, he bumps back the wisp, so he cannot tether in. Beautiful job from Gustav right there, and Occupies making it work. Trying to get a feed script, but he will lose his own life. It's a trade, a worthy one at that. G has bought back, and Alliance said, we got to get the hell out of here. Bob looking to run, but he is getting a face full of balls right there. And now he will just go for a desperate shallow grave TP, and he's out. Oh, the avalanche just a bit too late. What a move from Alliance. What a catch from S4.
Yeah, it's something that he's actually done many times in the past. Something that he always looks forward to, and I think one of the best examples of canceling the wisp relocate is by Ice. There was a game where he was Tidehunter and he just blinked past the Tiny because he knew the wisp was going to try to relocate him out and just ravage and hit everybody in the scene. These kind of moves are always really nice to see because it gives the testimony to their high awareness and their high skill. That really was a high skill play coming out of S4.
That's something you're going to see in your pubs very often. S4 putting in the work now, has his bat utility belt complete, if you will, with 4 staff now in hand, and he can take things a bit further. I mean, Ags is now always a new plausible option for your bat riders, and I wonder if it's something S4 may or may not consider this game. Obviously, stepping up for something like a BKB, they're going to make a move in. The silent pullback right now, right into the arm. She's going to make a jump in on for Bulldog. Bulldog's going to be forced to turn back and dish out the doom, but the call out comes in from Silent. Bulldog barely kept it alive with the help of the shallow grave. Tries to get some heals, but VP still on the chase, specifically Silent. Going to be running him down. FNG will get that kill. Now the rotation's coming in. As it is a 2-for-1, they're going to get the sleep onto FNG. Quickly de-slept, but the Omni Slash going to work from Loda. Oh, can he get Silent? Silent. Oh, trying to make a run away, but will not make it out. A double kill is there for Loda. 4 go down from Virtus.Pro. Alliance able to come out on top. They even still hold their tier 1 tower and everything.
Yeah, that was a really bold re-engagement by VP. They already committed the mass load of their ultimates. Wisp was still doomed up, and Tiny and everybody else was like 50% HP. So when a full HP Juggernaut came in with Omni Slash, I'm pretty sure they should have just backed, but decided to re-engage. Tiny got to pick off Dazzle, but the trade-off is they lose the Gyrocopter and the Tiny in the process. Rough ending to fight. Started out so well.
And things going really well for Alliance. The most significant lead of the game to this point. Just barely about 3k, because you know how close things were till now. And Bobo's being the adventurous one for his team. He's got the Vanguard here built up after the Blink Dagger, so Crimson Guard in order for him. Could help mitigate a lot of the damage for himself and his team. But as we saw, Alliance still seem to be getting the better of these 5-on-5s. I was expecting Virtus.Pro to be coming out on top there in the end. They had Silent on hand this time. It was a nice call down, but Alliance just had more going their way. And we're able to get the finish.
I really wonder if this Vanguard it's worth it at this stage in the game. I know Omni Slash is actually one of the things that does like no damage against Crimson Guard. Crimson Guard's pop, like the Juggernaut will just be jumping around the map, and wherever he lands, he'll most of the time fall because he's 0 damage. But 24 Aghanim's is like a very similar price to the Crimson Guard, and the Ag will give the 60% to everybody. But hold that thought, there's a fight here.
Break it out. The Roche is already taken down. It's already an Aegis in the pocket of Loda, but Virtus.Pro still feels strong that they can do a fight here, but I don't think so. Gee, Doomed Up will be going down first. They get the return kill onto the Bane. but now it's Alliance looking to clean up. A forced evacuate going to be there. But FNG now one of the lone survivors. He's going to be going down next. Phobos, the last available target, and S4 is already on his trunk. And with that, Loda will be able to cut him off in the pass, spin it about, and it'll be another kill for him. Oh, S4 picking up that one, but look who's up and above. S4 actually really rotates to the top. Well, he goes down. What?
Oh, what?
What? He was just getting a kill bottom lane. He somehow quickly stepped off, TP to the top lane, and VP are like, you're alone. We're just going to kill you. And they did. Smoke, and they TP out. All right, that was a funky ending right there, but sure enough, Virtus.Pro still end up losing more of that fight. They didn't get the tier 2 top lane.
Oh, the Omni.
Now they're going to lose Lil. Yeah, Omni had been held that whole time. And now
he has the Aegis, so I'm sure they didn't commit to spells. And Blade Fury, there's a lot of damage mitigation for that 5 seconds. Because VP, for the time being, they're all magic damage. Again, Alliance do come out ahead, but I think that play at top was well, it's obviously really nice when you can get a free kill on the Bat Rider that just TP'd. But even though Lil died towards the end there, it forced a lot of Alliance's attention top. That means Alliance couldn't have followed up that wonderful Roshan plus fight with a tier 2 tower bottom or mid or tier 1 mid or something like that. So in terms of objectives, he held out.
Man, oh man, well at least Silence trying to play a bit of catch up here, working through one of the biggest stacks I'd seen. And with that we'll maybe secure the rest of his farm. He's got the Manta recipe, he does. Alright, yeah, so Manta now done. So Manta for this game obviously could make things very difficult for S4. Landing a proper lasso helps mitigate the Omni slash damage, could help obviously make things frustrating for the Doom. Is there more to it than that? Yeah, Bane.
So still just one of those items that I'm not entirely sure, or convinced rather, if it's going to be enough. Because this game, like if he's going to go Manta to disrupt those spells, he actually BKB as well to make sure even if the spells are cast, they don't do. And then what happens is you have a Gyrocopter that's essentially playing 2 position. His flak cannons are like tickling heroes. It's not really what you want to be in this game now, because G's already up with deck, and his farm is extremely big.
Oh man, Phobos, what a quick blink. He just nearly avoided Ake setting up what I imagine being the Fiend's Grip. Yeah, that's the question. He's got a TP. I mean, that's a common spot. S4 is gonna find you there, bro.
No.
He blinks down, and Lil's trying to get there to help him out, but they might end up losing both of them. Yeah, they will. Yeah, they will. S4 will get the lasso off on the DK Phobos after Lil goes down, and there's going to be the second takedown there. You know, FNG trying his best to split push the top lane while the rest of his troops are farming out mid, but that is... it was very close to getting away, but Alliance, a successful smoke movement. They end up walking away with 2 kills.
That was honestly a prime example of save a friend syndrome. I don't think there was any way that could work, because given the position, he was already inside the AoE vision range coming towards Firefly. There was no way that they were just going to let him relocate him. Even if the relocate...
Oh, Loda. It's sorry, he just omnied a couple of Manta illusions.
I was talking through it, I was like, what's going on exactly? Wanted to finish. But yeah, top lane, there's still a push coming out of FNG, so he's just making the best situation out of no situation, really. Pushing in the lanes, trying to secure a vision for his... Again, the main story here so far, Coddle, man, this G, this Tiny, he just has nothing. No, I think they were hoping that this Tiny was going to be, beating some serious ass by this point, but he's just not. He's just not pulling off those blink combos. Uh-oh, they're making a move on S4, goes in Viz. FNG does not know what's happening. They do not have the detection, so they're just running in circles. Look at this, all hands on deck, and they're not getting anything. And it might even be a low. Look at this Alliance creeping in. They may not know, but Loda does not have Omni. But enough with a lasso and right click, they might be able to get Phobos here. It looks like they should. He goes down, and well, Virtus.Pro have to evacuate. This all starts with a setup from FNG, a relocate, a stampede, and they all get nothing from it. They end up losing a life at the end of it. At the end of the day. I guess since the laning stage, the Bulldog's been doing so well this game. We haven't really touched too much. Got a somewhat of an unorthodox build. Normally when you see this build, you'll see like a Vlad or a Shadowblade in lieu of the BKB and Blink Dagger. But I like this choice. Again, he recognized that the Gyrocopter, Centaur, Tiny, at this point they're all magic damage. And if he can just blink in and focus down any high net worth target with the Doom, he effectively turns the fight 4v5, and again, with the BKB duration, he's not going to die, and he's going to right-click pretty hard as well, with the wolf creep as well as critical strike coming out. So really fine choice of items here, and if he gets the Shivas next, I imagine with the Juggernaut Aegis coming out in a few minutes, if they happen to do it for VP, and the Shiva's Guard, they could pretty well go for a chance at the high ground.
And it sounds like a pretty good storyboard for the Alliance game if it's able to kind of follow through. And we'll see if they get the opportunity. Virtus.Pro have already opted for just kind of like, these ganks are not working. We got to get back. We got to get farming here. Phobos is still working towards that Crimson Guard. And I felt like I was pointing that out like a day ago. So it's been a bit of a struggle for him up to that point. But it's not surprising. He's been caught out a couple of times now. 3 and 4 here. Also hard time for Lil. Top lane, a Stampede disengagement, it looks like. They wanted to make a move in this top lane, and they needed to use the Stampede just to evacuate Silent out from trouble. Mr. President, we gotta go. Get him back in the way.
One of the
concerns, farm, though.
One of the concerns I have about using Stampede like this to run away from the Bat Riders is, while it's necessary, well, I'm going to hold that thought here.
Loda spinning in, something's up. There's a lot of ancient creeps here, and the Lions don't like it. They're going in first, and look at that. Dazzle runs into trouble. Silent just shoots him down, and Alliance are like, we may have to get the hell out of here. This one's trying to weigh on the high ground for an opportunity to make a move in. Flame Break splits them apart here. Loda trying to obviously slash what's left. They're gonna get the kill. And look at that, he's cleaning house. Godlike for him, double kill. Virtus.Pro falling apart. And Lil's gonna be next, then G, and it's gonna be a 5-man fight for Alliance. They're happy to step back, and their re-engagement very successful, all without their little Dazzle as well. It's time to push out this mid lane, and well, I was gonna say maybe scout out this Roche, but it is still not up. Big fight for Alliance. 3K net worth swing their way.
That was a really weird engagement too. It's like both teams just kind of ran into each other without too much vision. I know VP planted a ward there earlier, but the Juggernaut was coming from an angle from the secret shop that they did vision of. And as we see, the end result is, you know, after everybody uses their spells and items, we still see Alliance in favor, despite the fact that there was no lasso used, and S4 has almost got a BKB as well. So it's only going to be stronger the next time around. I think it sort of goes back to the previous point too about the Centaur Stampede. If you use the Stampede to disengage the Bat Rider initiation, if he doesn't lasso, you're in trouble.
And in this case, he did not. Virtus.Pro gonna lose their tier 3. They thankfully come back in time to not, you know, allow any further damage, but Alliance got to be feeling pretty damn confident that they have full control of this one. We even look over the supports from everything they've obtained so far is 2,400 gold on frickin' Ake here. He is loaded. Bob, not so much. He's been more the selfless one, it looks like. Just kind of playing down some wards here. Doesn't even have really a solar crest yet to his name. Something maybe they could benefit a little bit from this game, but it's more on the other side. Virtus.Pro frantically looking to build together what farm they can here, and it's still going to be a tough time. I mean, G would need the armor next. You know, if he can build together something like an AC, he's still a bit frail for some of these fights.
Oh yeah, still very squishy. I'd argue that he needs a BKB as well, and in general, just too many items that he can't afford for the time being. He does pick up the Yasha, so he might actually go for a Manta as well. This against the Omni Slashing Juggernaut with a Battle Fury. Just two carries that can scale better than most of the heroes here, and they're opting for a Manta style. This is simply put not a scenario you want to be in. I think they're kind of forced to do it at this point, but I don't know. I'm not sure if it's enough first. I think Alliance's next key is definitely Roshan. Looks like they just drew the line as well. But you know, we mentioned about the Crimson Guard coming out of Phobos now. He's actually completed it and has the Ogre Club now, but it's been a very short time since Bulldog got his plate mill, and lo and behold, he's already finished up the Shiva's Guard after that previous fight. This next fight is definitely going to be the Alliance's go-to.
And Loda completing out that butterfly. It looks like it is quickly getting answered, from Silent, who already has his Demon Edge at least. He's trying to build up to get the MKB, but you know, it does leave him still a bit frail. And I don't know, at that point Alliance maybe just a bit too far ahead, and that storyboard you had painted before still seems to be a nice reality here for Alliance as they wait for the ticking clock of that Roche to pop back up. The benefit of having that extra life could assure them the capability of just kind of pushing into that high ground. And might come a bit awkwardly here. Set up in a way, they're looking to go for Kebab, relocated and everything. They're looking to bring the whole VP party in, and they're still trying to even finish off at least one little Dazzle here, but he still gets pushed away to safety. Will go down, but Loda unleashes the fury now, and they're quickly able to slice apart 3. Silent gonna get pulled back into the action here from S4. A triple kill for Loda. Make it an ultra as he's able to clean out the last Silent. It's a 5-man wipe from Virtus.Pro, and that means an easy Roche in about 20 seconds time.
Fortunate for them, they haven't had it spawn yet,
Dire's
but
top tower
S4's
is
got
under attack.
870 gold, and I think after that fight, I think he's just gonna go for a gem as soon as he's got the 900. I'm not too sure. It's been a while since we've seen a Bat Rider play, and I'm sure it's been a while for him as well, but
Dire's top
all they
tower
need to do is just
under
hold vision,
attack.
get Roshan, and probably just like, you know what? They're gonna just forget part 1 and part 2. They're going straight for part 3. There's no tier 3 to worry about, and they have the creeps.
Yep, easy mid set of racks at least, and then pull off and grab the Roche thereafter. And Loda, as you can see, just easily able to chunk it down. And look at that. Nope, they're like, we want to get 2 birds with 1 stone. We're going to also make a move on bottom lane and get this tier 3 down at least. 3 are already up from the side of Virtus.Pro. Can they do anything to respond about it, or do they need to wait for more? Alliance won't even give them the opportunity. They're already going to see their chance to head on out. And I assume a beeline towards the Roche pit is in order.
See, yeah, there is the gem. It's actually coming out now in by Ake. I guess he got a support to buy for him, since Ake is pretty overfarmed, I would say, at this point. At least in comparison to the enemy supports. But he has the gem now. Doesn't look like he wants to give it to S4. I guess it's fine. The Aegis will most likely go to S4 or Loda, but I'm not sure if Loda wants to drop any items. He probably is pretty unkillable now as long as he gets his Omni Slash off. Alliance, they have a ton of options. He actually bought a Moon Shard just now, and he's probably going to consume that unless he wants to just hold it for the 120 attack speed.
He may just hold it until he has to get the Aegis. Oh, they knew that someone was fishy. Briefkey were in the neighborhood. S4 waits for the opportunity, finds one, grabs the pull on the Undying, pulls him back and takes him out. And now, Alliance confidently dancing on in. Loda wait for the opportunity. Omni Slash unleashes it now, and there it goes. Oh, absolute destruction once more for Loda. A triple kill for him, taking out Phobos, taking out Silence. Looking to go for Lil. Lil's like, I gotta go, Scepter. Please don't do this. It doesn't matter. It's over. GG's been called. He gets that one anyways. An ultra kill for him, and Loda finishes out the game. 20-1 on his jug.
Yeah, that Battle Fury choice was really, really good, and he didn't even need the Blink Dagger this game because his team was so heavy on the engagements, playing so aggressive with Bat Rider initiating in. Key highlight play coming out, remember at bottom when he just flame broke to cancel the read out of Lil, who wanted to save his partner and forced G to buy back.